Proverbs gives many warnings against laziness, the problems that develop in our lives because we have not applied ourselves to true diligence. Surely the wise man, the wise life, is going to be a life that attends to those things that are before us sooner rather than later. So Proverbs chapter 10 and verse 4 says, "Lazy hands makes a man poor, but diligent hands bring wealth." Never tolerate laziness. Not in any dimension. Not in your thought life, or your physical life, or your spiritual life. Please pardon Rafa, he's being rather annoying today. He's whining. Not in your education, or your business, or your family. It can be guaranteed whatever degree of laziness you tolerate, to that degree you will suffer. If you're lazy in your marriage will lack life. Every second counts. Time is valuable. Laziness is your enemy. Now, laziness may not be readily apparent. The reason why someone is not being diligent may simply be due to their field of interest, as simply not being occupied expediently according to their strength. You may be a people person, but you're stuck in a storeroom. You would excel in sales, but never in isolation. Perhaps there are communication issues. You simply have not provided your employees with clear expectations. Perhaps they need incentives, a pat on the back, or a decent financial remuneration, or maybe even a bonus. You may be de-incentivizing them because you have no real interest in them. You're preoccupied with making a profit. People are just a number to you. They may not be lazy at all. They may not be a sloth. The problem may simply be one of limitation. Maybe you need upskilling. Maybe you're not a good fit to the organization. A creative person is going to die if stuck in a production line. So don't therefore assume laziness. However, if even a hint of laziness is present, it will disqualify you. It disqualifies anyone. It's a sickness of the soul. Jesus said, if your right hand offends you, you should cut it off. You've got to cut them off, even if they're your right-hand man. Even if you have a relational or emotional investment in them, you've got to cut them off. You have to cut them off. The only way that you can help them is to force them to develop a diligent hand. If you do not disqualify them, you'll have to carry them, and their sickness will spread to others. You might even end up catching it yourself. Lazy hands make a man poor. Proverbs 6 states, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man. Approaching life without intent and due diligence will be the ruin of you. Sloth is not one of the 7 deadly sins for no reason. You won't exercise, you won't work, you don't read the word, you don't pray, you don't attend to your wife's needs, you can't be bothered, spend all your time gaming or sitting in front of the television, addicted to your phone. You're lazy, and your laziness is robbing you of life. It's robbing you of friendship, robbing you of growth, robbing you of advancement, and it's robbing you of the kingdom of God. Relationships fall apart through entropy. What would it take to motivate you to work hard on your marriage? Would it take your wife threatening to leave? Consider that as a real possibility and address it before she reaches the place of packing her bags. Most marriages die of sheer laziness. But diligence will cause your marriage to be rich. Keeping a marriage together requires time and effort. Don't tell yourself, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't have to say that. I shouldn't have to is the language of laziness. Diligence speaks. Diligence acts, and it does it now. Don't get distracted. Apply yourself to all of life's business, whether it's mundane or exciting, not on the basis of enthusiasm, but with diligence. I'm sorry, my dog is being so distracting to me at the moment. Apply yourself to life's business, to all of life's business, whether that's mundane or whether it's exciting. Not on the basis of enthusiasm, but with diligence. Rafa, cut that out. He's chewing up a pair of glasses. Conscientiousness is a sign of maturity. It's the attitude of all spiritual and practical industry. It begins with paying attention. Focus on your surroundings, whether they're spiritual or relational or psychological or physical. Focus on the areas that need attention, and then ask God to help you to pay attention to what is necessary. And then see if there is anything that bothers you, anything that disturbs you. And when your attention is drawn to something, then you ask yourself, what am I going to do about what is bothering me? What am I going to do about it? Maybe you need to forgive someone. Maybe you're bothered about what's happening in worship at church. Or maybe you're disturbed by the mess in your house. Then ask yourself, what am I going to do to fix it? If you find that your answer is, I can't do anything, then find something else to focus your attention upon instead of complaining about something that you won't fix. All right? Focus your attention on what you can do. Then do something. Call that person and ask them to meet you for coffee so that you can forgive them. Join up with the setup team at church, or join the worship team, or join the choir. Learn an instrument. Do something that can contribute. Get a job and pick your clothes up off the floor and deal with the mess in your home. Get the vacuum cleaner out. Do something about it. Diligence is the establishment of a good attitude. It means establishing good habits. It requires investment. It contributes. Diligence turns into faithfulness. The rewards of diligence are limitless because it brings out everything that is within us and applies our peculiar talents and interests and abilities into the world around us. And in the process, we excavate more of the depths of our being, and in so doing, discover even more hidden treasures that God has placed within us. Treasures we would never have discovered had we not started digging in the first place. And so the encouragement of Proverbs is to move away from exercising lazy hands, of just employing yourself with those things that are not going to contribute to your life. Move away from those things, those self-absorbing things, and move into applying yourself to the world around you. And in doing that, you will become wealthy and rich, not just talking financial remuneration here. We are talking rich in every aspect of your life. Rich in joy, rich in peace, rich in love, rich in relationships, wealthiness within your whole life. Those things that are of the kingdom of God. Wealthy in your connection to God, true riches in your life. That's the promise of Proverbs. This is the practical way of applying wisdom to our lives. And we'll see you soon for more wisdom from the book of Proverbs. God bless you.